Okay, thanks for coming in, guys. Let's have a look at this covert emotional incest video. You need to be aware of this kind of thing because you'll find yourself in a relationship with one of these, as she's put it, narcissistic mothers and their sons. Very straight to the point, this lady, Cluster B Milkshake. Let's just see what she's got to say and the ferocity of covert emotional incest.
Everyone, welcome back to Close to Be Milkshake. I am your host, along with support puppet Mr. Chicken. I am a diagnosed narcissist, and I'm going to talk to you about never outshining the narcissist mother. Before I became aware of my behaviors, there's no fucking way in hell that you will ever get in between my sons. Daughters are different. With narcissistic mothers and daughters, I have heard stories of them being competition, them envying their daughters. For me, I saw myself in my daughter, so I was projecting my own shit onto her. She was this,
which is typical of narcissism. They're looking at the other person as though they're looking in a mirror, and they see themselves in the other person, and sometimes the reflection is agitating, to say the least.
Scapegoat. But I have an older son, and he is the golden child. He was with me since I was 20 years old, and there is nothing or no one, no father figure, nothing that will ever get in the way of my care for my son.
Now, this is interesting because I've been with women that have claimed that their children are grown up and all the rest of it, but they've been in the same position as this lady. They've been completely and utterly enmeshed. They've pedestalized the relationship with the child, and the child. In one of the cases, it was the older son was the scapegoat, the younger son was the golden child. Excuse me, viewers, sorry. And the golden child was nothing but a pain in the you-know-what. An absolute self-centered, dysfunctional young man that was nothing but trouble. Now, this lady's saying nothing comes between her and her son. Now, I've seen these women, if you're good supply, if you're A-grade supply, and you've got something that they want to continue to have, they will compromise the relationship with the son. So she can say what she likes. If somebody comes along and she's impacted by that male, she will, I don't care what she says, she will, in one way or another, neglect that relationship until she's ready to reinforce it again. I've seen it, I've experienced it, and I know how it works. Once the fad wears off, they gravitate back to the relationship with the enmeshed child as the primary source. But if you come along and they're impressed with who you are and your performance towards them, they will neglect the enmeshed relationship with the son.
Before I knew about narcissistic personality disorder, that I have it, or that I was diagnosed later along with antisocial personality disorder, I knew that this bitch, no matter what, if she does not kiss my ass, there is going to be trouble. You do not fuck with the child that I am enmeshed with. He walks on water. Do you understand? Now, I was also married to a grandiose presenting narcissistic man, and he was very close to his mother. What do you do so you don't have conflict with the mother of a narcissistic man? You never outshine the master, ever. You become good. You get in good with the mother. That way, she will always be your support system too. You're almost golden child by proxy.
So basically, and it's pretty good advice, if you want to get caught up in all this dysfunction and abuse, because it's all abuse. What these people have done is they've gone extra maternal. Now, what I mean by that is, if you're in a marriage and the woman starts reaching out to other people in an intimate way, be it emotional, and possibly leading to sexual, it's called extramarital. In this instance, with covert emotional incest, it's extra maternal. They've crossed outside of the healthy boundaries of the parent-child relationship and gone into an intimate arena that is not healthy for anyone. And in particular, as she's advising, the outsider coming in. The outsider coming in has to grandiose the parent or the child. My last partner had a golden child, and I just, I tried to be his friend in that, but I definitely wasn't going to grandiose it. It was pretty hopeless. There was no way I was going to grandiose this bloke. I was going to get along with him. And as he deteriorated, as he started to collapse narcissistically and attack the relationship, which you could see from a mile away, and so could the mother. She reckoned she hadn't seen it before, but I questioned that. They begin to try and corner you and sabotage you and discredit you and vandalise you. But this woman, I'll give her 10 points, she hung in there. So she must have been happy with who I was, even though the son wasn't. And this is what I mean by they will compromise their position with the enmeshed child and take the flak if you're producing a situation for them that is satisfying to them. But as she says, if you're with the child and you're not licking the bum of the mother, or if you're with the mother and you're not licking the bum of the enmeshed child, you're going to have severe trouble.
But if you divorce that man, you are nothing. You break up with that man, you are nothing.
Well, that's normal, common knowledge. If you break up with somebody, don't expect that family to really care about you anymore. They've got lives to get on with. You've got to go and get on with your life, and there's no point hanging around in a situation that you've divorced yourself from or broken up from. Let them go, and you get on with your life.
All she cares about is her child and her grandchildren. You are nothing now. It's like you never existed.
Yeah, and the funny part about this too is, or the serious part about this is, in terms of being nothing, you never really were anything. You were just a means of supply. And if you don't meet the cult or the domestic formation, cult formation, the cult enmeshment within the family, you return to zero. You return to nothing. And they get back on where they left off in their covert emotional incest. They won't be going through the trauma you are, I can assure you, because they regroup, they team back up, and they eliminate you from their minds.
If you were called daughter, you are nothing now. You go cry to them because you miss your narcissistic partner. They don't give a flying fuck. Okay? It's always team narcissist. Don't ever forget it.
It's always team narcissist. Don't ever forget it. And don't ever forget it, guys, because it's real. Once you pull the pin on these people, you need to continue to move on away from them. It's fierce, it's ferocious, it's all a backstop. It's all to prop up their failures and everything, whatever happens to them in their lives. They've always got the mother or the golden child to return to. And once you get a sniff of this or realize that there's something wrong, you need to detach, explain your situation, go no contact, don't go back and forward, leave them alone, let them get on with their lives, and you go and get on with yours, never to look back again.